I don't have anything salacious, guys. It's just I want to clarify some things. You want to join también? Vénganse para acá, Chief and Councilor Burciaga. Good. All right, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us here today for this press conference. The purpose of this press conference is to clarify some rumors that are going around that the Anapra community in Sunland Park was under threat of being flooded. I do want to clarify that the city of Sunland Park has been in constant contact with emergency personnel, with El Paso, and at no time during this incident with the dam and the El Paso side did we identify any threat to property or person or people within the city of Sunland Park. My fire chief has been in constant contact since Wednesday. I've been in contact with Mayor Renard Johnson, and I want to commend their team for identifying the issue there within El Paso and communicating with us about the possibilities of what could happen. Right now, what we have seen is any effect of the breach of that dam would have stayed on the El Paso side and would have fed into the Rio Grande, posing no real threat to the city of Sunland Park. I know there were some rumors going around that there was a threat to life and property within the city of Sunland Park. We don't see that, or we haven't identified that through the experts that were involved in this situation. Absolutely. The biggest concern that we have is if that dam was to ever breach, that it would have an effect to access points to this community, and that would be through McNutt and into Paisano Drive, which is a major corridor for the city of Sunland Park. We would have to find alternate routes for when it comes to emergency services and things like that, but we don't see any direct threats within the city of Sunland Park for infrastructure and property. The conversations I've had with Mayor Johnson have been if there is any need for equipment or anything like that, that we're more than happy to help. And he also, in any situation where we might need help, that they're willing to help us out within the city of Sunland Park. I'll defer to Chief Medrano for further communication.
Chief Medrano, Fire Chief, Sunland Park. To further answer your question, I was in conversations with El Paso Emergency Management this morning right before lunch concerning the roadblocks that are on the Paisano side, mainly on where McNutt connects to Paisano at the state line. That is concerned as a heavy truck traffic route coming out of the Santa Teresa port of entry. We're still in conversations. We don't think that roadblock will be lifted today, but we're pretty certain it'll be lifted sometime during the weekend. Sure. Like the mayor mentioned, I've been in constant since about this time on Wednesday. I've been in constant communication with not only El Paso Fire, El Paso Emergency Management, Doña Ana Emergency Management as well, and with all of us looking at all the information we had in front of us, we saw minimal to no risk to the Sunland Park community. Even with a catastrophic breach of that dam, we are still upstream, and parts of our community, or a good part of our community, is uphill. Those that are not are protected by several levees. And when I talk about several levees, it's not only the Rio Grande levee, but it's also the wash of the Rio Grande to include Loop 375, which would act as a diversion, if you will. And the dam on the Sunland Park side on the Rio Grande is also approximately 7 to 8 feet tall. So we never saw an immediate threat. Minimal threat was literally street level flooding, and nothing more than we would see in a heavy rain.
Sure, yeah, so the city of Sunland Park still has different access points. So we have the Racetrack Drive, we have Sunland Park Drive, and then also Country Club and Pete Domenici Art Craft Road, which have direct access to the city of Sunland Park. In the meantime, we encourage people to go down to Sunland Park Drive if you're in the southern part of the city, and obviously Country Club or Art Craft, Pete Domenici on the northern side of the city to access any point. Absolutely. In these type of situations, communication is important, and we're going to continue that communication until this issue has been completely cleared out. So we'll be attentive over the weekend. And my understanding after conversations with Mayor Renard Johnson have been that they have managed to drop the water levels, and hopefully this issue can get cleared this weekend. But seeing no major threat, we're going to continue operations as normal. People can continue operations as normal in their home as well. And you can count on the city of Sunland Park that if a situation were to arise, that we would instill the proper channels to inform the public and take the appropriate measures to remedy any situation. They have not reached directly to my office, but I know Councilor Burciaga has been in communication with some of her constituents in that area, and she was out helping send out some flyers and communication to quell these concerns that people were raising about Anapra being flooded.
Right now, they don't have any concerns because I did reach out to them and tell them that there was the Rio Grande that they would hit first, and that it would never come to our side, the water. So they're very comfort on that they won't be hurted. The water will not get in our street.
Any other questions? Do I need to do this in Spanish? No, no Spanish? Okay, bueno, me salvé. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.